Title 42 replaced with sweeping new rules for asylum seekers. The change happening just hours after the pandemic-related policy expired, leading to a surge in migrants trying to cross the southern border before Title 42 ended. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Wale Aliyu. Kimberly has the night off. Federal and local officials are now bracing for what happens next. We have a team of reporters in San Diego and in Texas monitoring the situation. We begin with ABC's Morgan Norwood, who is near El Paso with the latest.
Here at the border, we have seen several busloads of migrants taken away for processing, but officials say it's not the surge they were expecting. Title 42, the Trump-era health policy allowing the U.S. to quickly turn back migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border for the past 3 years, has come and gone. Officials in El Paso and other border towns had been bracing for a potential surge once the policy lifted, but immigration officials say the numbers have been steady.
Overnight, we saw similar patterns to what we have seen over the past several days. We continue to encounter high levels of non-citizens at the border, but we did not see a substantial increase overnight or an influx at midnight.
Still, migrants flocking to the U.S. and Mexico border under the veil of uncertainty, forced to navigate through a new immigration policy requiring these two things. Non-Mexican migrants must first apply for and be denied asylum in another country, and migrants will have to make an appointment on the CBP One app. Now, if those rules aren't followed, migrants could be removed and not allowed to enter the U.S. for at least 5 years.
We are using our immigration authorities, our traditional immigration authorities that deliver tougher consequences for people who cross the border illegally.
U.S. Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz confirming there are already more than 26,000 people in custody. And to relieve the pressure on facilities along the border, officials have been taking asylum seekers to other parts of the country for processing. Overnight, an El Paso city-run shelter receiving busloads of migrants.
We know that there's more going to be coming. We know that this is just the beginning. So we are prepared, and that's what we've been preparing for. We've been preparing for what I keep saying, the unknown.
And that city-run shelter taking in about 150 migrants, mostly families. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, El Paso, Texas.
And here in San Diego County, our border is seeing an increase in migrants trying to cross. ABC 10 News reporter Austin Grabish is joining us live near San Ysidro with a look at how things are going there. Hi, Austin.
Good evening, Wale. There are hundreds of migrants behind me, and you can see they are literally putting their hands through the border wall here to beg for food. It is an absolute...
A world away from home, this father has brought his wife and children to America.
Because my country is not safe.
Fleeing the Taliban in search of a new life, he's come to the San Diego border.
No work, mostly for women. Women, no work, no study. More difficult.
The crowds of migrants here continues to grow by the day. Nearly 2,000 people are now waiting in between these walls. San Diegans are answering their pleas for help. Nathan Cervantes turned his car into a supercharger for migrants desperate to charge their phones.
Where are our politicians right now? Where are these people that are supposed to say that they care?
Earlier on, they were passing out coloring books and little stuffed animals for the kids, and I think that's just great that they're distracted in a way.
Nonprofits say they are feeling strained already, and it hasn't even been 24 hours since Title 42 expired. The San Diego Refugee Committee's coalition says many of the migrants coming to the border are on their own and have no family in America. Worse, says Ahmed Mahamoud, many are getting seriously injured going over the border wall.
I can't tell you how many clients I've seen who have broken their legs, some have broken their arms. We're being called from the hospitals daily.
And while we can see hundreds waiting behind this wall here, there are even more migrants in other parts of the county coming every day. An official says there are thousands of people waiting along a border wall in East County, waiting to come across. This video taken on Thursday shows one group being apprehended. And in this video taken Friday morning, Border Patrol agents in Maroon Valley are seen arresting a large group of migrants for crossing illegally into the U.S. from Mexico.
And while migrant processing facilities in San Diego have now reached their capacity, Border Patrol was releasing migrants without all of the necessary steps that had to be done up until a couple of days ago. But last night, a federal judge stopped that. which will now prevent migrants from being released without the appropriate paperwork, which in turn means that the migrants here could be waiting for several days. Reporting live from the border, Austin Grabish, ABC 10 News.
In Austin, we just see the hands right behind you, as you mentioned, begging for food. It's a sad sight to see. Austin, thank you so much. Well, a local group is asking for your help housing migrants since Title 42 ended. ABC 10 News reporter Moses Small joins us live from Mission Valley with more about the asylum process and a new program giving migrants places to stay.
Well, Catholic Charities is opening the hotel behind me to migrants, and we've been told not to give away the exact location for security reasons. But Catholic Charities says they have space for about 1,500 people across San Diego and Imperial counties. The only issue is this isn't a permanent solution, so another group thinks host families can help. As thousands of migrants reach our southern border, many face uncertain futures, especially if they don't have sponsors while claiming asylum.
Having a sponsor and having a place to go to is a game changer in this process. Current big shelters, they have a 24 or 48 hour time limit because they're assuming that everybody is off, going to be going somewhere else. But not everybody has supports in Texas or Kansas or Dallas. So a small portion of that population ends up staying and they don't have any supports.
That's why the Safe Harbor Network is asking for host families as part of a new program. They usually house about 125 people this way, and they're asking for more families to help meet demand.
We're over capacity right now. We're actually stretched beyond our capacity.
Host families may house migrants while they seek asylum after being released from federal custody. And getting asylum can be a hard process, according to immigration law expert Tammy Lynn.
Most of these folks are going to likely be put into immigration court proceedings and then have an immigration judge hear their case. It's a really high standard. If you look at some of the denial rates that are tracked of immigration judges throughout the country, on average, 80–90% is pretty much what the judges are at.
Lynn says most asylum seekers will go to other parts of the country with sponsors while their cases play out. Then they have to prove they're fleeing persecution based on factors like their race or religious beliefs. The process can take months.
Until they find an attorney or a nonprofit willing to represent them. Quickest, maybe a year, but likely could be 2–3 years out before they get their final
If you're interested in
trial
becoming
date.
a host family with the Safe Harbors Network, we'll put more information in this article on our website, 10news.com. For now, reporting live in Mission Valley, Moses Small, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Moses. And we have a team of reporters all across the southern border covering what's happening after the end of Title 42. Let's start in Arizona.
I'm Craig Smith in Nogales, Arizona. Things have been relatively quiet here yesterday and today. The layout of the main port for migrant processing is such that you really can't see a lot of the processing that goes on inside. The main place we have seen groups of migrants, and not very large groups, has been watching them board buses that will take them to shelters in the Tucson area. From there, those shelters will help them reach sponsor families across the U.S.
I'm Clara Benitez in McAllen. I'm in front of the Respite Center, Catholic Charities, where Border Patrol has been dropping off migrants in buses that have already been apprehended and also been processed. Now, according to the McAllen Public Information Officer, this shelter here is already at capacity. Everybody else will be going to the Anzalduas Overflow Shelter, which has been closed off to the public. Many of the migrants that I have spoken with here today are from Venezuela and say they do not have the money to get to their final destination. In McAllen, Clara Benitez.
And this morning, small groups of migrants with asylum appointments were able to cross into Brownsville, Texas, while those who could not wait still made attempts to cross the Rio Grande. Coming up at 5:30, a live report from Brownsville with a look at how things are going there tonight. And you can keep up with any developments along the southern border by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.